and hopefully butterflies will come to your beautiful solar-powered lamp post that you got. Are these not the most charming things you've ever seen? And I know, you know, if you think about having to actually install one of these things and get it from like a professional company, you're probably gonna spend 500 bucks at least. You probably spend 500 on the lamppost. The install's probably another $250. Well, FieldSmith has brought us what we call the Flickering Flame solar-powered lamppost. I know, right to your eyes, you're like, oh my gosh, is that really only $139.95? It is gorgeous. These are freestanding. You can mount them if you want to the cement or the pavement, but they come with their own planter base, which you can decorate. Are you kidding me? Look at the Easter Bunny in there. You're so cute, Rebecca Wood. Why don't you come on out? Yeah, I love that you did that. Anyway, we're talking about the beautiful flowers and stuff, Rebecca, and I love this planter. I think we've had this planter for a couple, 3 years now, trying to figure out where we can stand. I'll stand here.
There we go, there we go.
But anyway, these are beautiful. And let me tell you, just to give you a quick mention of how they work. So there's no wiring. These are solar powered. So you want to put these out where there's sunshine. And what happens is they're kind of regal and pretty as a planter during the day. That's the actual one we have outside. And then when the sun comes down, there's a large solar panel on the roof, on the cap of that light that charges it all day. And when the sun goes down, the little coach light starts to flicker and beckon travelers from long journeys. And I am telling you, it's amazing. We only brought in a couple thousand, but I love this thing. And of course, Rebecca's here to tell us about it.
I love them too.
Yeah.
I have 2 that are flanking my driveway and 1 up by my porch. And I used to be something that I only would dream of having, because you walk the streets of Savannah and New Orleans and San Diego.
Everywhere, right?
And you would think it's impossible because, like you said, you'd actually have to bring somebody out to dig up your yard, lay down the wire, and then they put it in, hand you a hefty bill, and then you have to remember to turn it on, too. You have to remember to turn it on. You don't have to do any of that.
The wiring alone is enough to stop in your tracks. You're like, I really want the look, but I don't want to have to run. First of all, you'd have to bury it. You couldn't run it on, because it'd be hideous if you had it on top of the grass or something. It would look cheap.
It would.
So you bury it, and if you have to bury anything electronically, you got to call an electrician. They're going to come out. They're going to be like,
so much money.
Probably 500 bucks to bury that. To run that line from there to there. Why not just do it yourself?
And so, you know how long it takes to do this?
How long?
I'm not lying. 5 minutes.
Come on.
5 minutes.
Why are you lying to me?
5 minutes. 10 minutes if you read directions, but 5 minutes.
It really is.
So
it's
simple.
Quick. Yeah.
And look what you can do. I wanted to show the 2 different ways, because the other thing that I love about this, I don't know if you're like me, but you go and you want to find that huge statement piece for your yard. You find that perfect statement piece for your yard, then come September, October, and you have to take it down. And then you have to find storage for it.
Right.
This stays up all year long. This is the statement piece for your yard, your porch, that's going to stay up all year long, because it's made with a high-grade material that can withstand the snow, can withstand the rain. It will not corrode. It will not rust, ever.
Right.
And
well, you know what else I love is obviously, you know, it's metal material on the inside of it. The thing is it's not a cheapo thing. It stands taller than me. It's over 7 feet tall. Durable ABS, that's for the base. And then the pole itself and the light are metal. It's got a solar cell built into the top, so you don't have to worry about wiring anything. And I also love the fact that with this one, that it only weighs about 8 pounds, a little under 9 pounds, so that anybody can do it. You know, even somebody, a senior who's shopping with us today, that's like, I don't think I'd be able to lift that. The whole thing weighs less than 10. The whole thing's less than 10 pounds, and you can put soil in it or rocks in it.
So I'm going to walk you from the bottom. I'm going to show you what so you get a 9-gallon planter with this, and I love that, because you can do a couple different things like that. You can deck it out with flowers. You can put a succulent, beautiful succulents on there. You can do the decorations. But what we suggest is, as soon as you get it, you put in some river rocks, maybe some stones. That's going to do 2 things. First of all, if you are going to use it for a planter, that lets the water run through it, almost like a filtration system. So your root ball system's not sitting in that saturated soil. So it's perfect for that, but it's also going to act as giving it some weight. So it's going to even, you know, those spring storms, you don't have to worry about the spring storms. This is going to stay steady. And then you're going to put the soil on top of it, and we just I did this in 10 minutes. That's it. I put some soil on there.
It's so
I already
nice.
had this all. You can go to your favorite florist, find the flowers.
Yeah.
And you just
Don't even take, a lot of people don't even take them out of the pot.
No, you just put that.
You put them right in there, shove them in there with the pot, and you have them for a month or 3 weeks or whatever they last, and you take them out and you buy a couple more if you want to do that, or you can grow actually in the soil the plants that you want. That is out on our patio.
Isn't that beautiful?
Here at HSN, and you see off the little hooks, we hung, it's actually a live shot, thank you, Paul. We hung a little, the chimes on one of the hooks, and then on the other one we just have a little hanging plant, like a fern, I believe that is.
And you can see when we come back here, that flickering flame. We did this last year, and I remember that it was about as tall as you were. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was about, because you're a tall guy.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever know this is solar. Nobody will ever know.
And I've never seen such a realistic flicker flame.
Flickering flame, and it's LED, which means it's gonna last forever and a day.
Look up
and
here.
It turns on automatically at dusk. We have an on-off switch, and as soon as you put that in the on position, that means these rechargeable batteries that come with it, it's all set in there, that is going to soak up the rays of the sun all day long, charging those batteries. Then as soon as that sun goes down, this is the flickering flame that you're going to get. It's going to be so reminiscent of those lovely strolls in Savannah and New Orleans. We were in the Gaslight District in San Diego just a couple of weeks ago, and I felt like I was home because
I've been to where was it that I went last time? Savannah.
I
was in Savannah, and I went there, and it was a few years back. I had an ex-girlfriend that went to college there, so we went to visit it and stuff like that, and we had a blast. And you see these coach lights all over. You see them in Boston. You see them in a lot of historic towns because that's what they had. They had these old gas, they'd be hand lit. Now they still have them. They run gas lines to them, but really price prohibitive for anybody to have. You know what it is to run you know what they wanted to run a gas line to my house? $6 grand. To run a gas line from the main to my house.
Oh my God.
I went and got a propane tank.
Look at this. I guess that's good. Exactly.
You don't have to put any gas in this. It takes care of itself. And I love the fact that the major part of your investment is the structural part of it, but it's also that solar cell that's on the top. They use a really, really good large solar cell so that, because it's a pretty substantial piece, so that the light lasts through the night. And you should get about 8 to 10 hours of light. And because it's flicker, it doesn't steal from the battery as much, so it lasts longer. But I absolutely love that. I loved it the first time it came out because I love the coach light look, but it's always too expensive. Not ours. Ours is $139. And how long is it going to take me to put it together again?
5 minutes.
Man, there she goes again. I don't believe it.
But
5
we talked
minutes.
about, not only is it expensive to install if you were to get one of these installed.
Right.
This is never going to add a penny to your electric bill.
No.
Ever, ever, ever.
Well, and not only that, what if I don't want it? What if I don't like where I put it?
Okay.
And the guy comes and installs it, and he goes, yeah, well, guess what? You want to move it? You're getting another one. That one isn't going anywhere. You can actually move this, and we've got stuff in it, but I want to show you. All right, are you seeing that?
So what I actually do is, I told you I have 2 flanking my driveway, one up by my porch. But if I have a party, I want to move the one down from my driveway out to the back to create a little sitting area. I can do that. And as soon as I wanted to greet my friends and family and put it back down in the driveway, I can do that. And it's not, again, when you're looking at those huge statement pieces for your lawn and garden, a lot of us are doing that right now because spring is coming, spring is here. But you have to put it away come fall, not with this. This is made with a high-grade material that will withstand rain, snow, sleet, whatever Mother Nature throws at it. And then if you live in those northern places where you can't have flowers in the winter, look what we did. You could put ornaments here if you wanted to at Christmas time.
Look at I
had so much fun doing that.
There's a bunny in there.
But 4th of July, you could even put flags.
Well, how about in Christmas time? You could put presents in there.
Presents. I did ornaments last year.
Halloween. I make it all creepy for Halloween.
And then you can wrap this all the way up. Yeah, you can wrap, the pole goes here, and then this is a removable rack. So if you really wanted that coach light look and you didn't want the rack on there,
you just want it clean.
You don't even have to put it on there, but I love to hang and decorate. The other great thing, if you talk to any professional landscaper, they are going to come to your house, and if they want to improve the look of your curb, that curb appeal, they're going to do 2 things. They're going to bring light, and they're going to bring color. and this does both.
You know what I love too. And, hey, yeah, it's true. Paul just brought up a good point. Our producer, and if you move or if you live in an apartment, you can take it with you when you leave. That's a nice deal. Hey, listen, if you wanted to have a little more permanence in your property, I would get like gravel stones, river rocks, and things like that, and put that at the base, especially on windy days and stuff. If you want to make sure that it's not going to tip, if you just put soil in, it'll do the same thing. But if it's going to be permanent, I would put a layer of stone in the bottom, and you just put the gravel stone in there, and then you can still put a garden on top. You want my tip, my Guy Yovan Gardening 101? I wouldn't even put soil there. I put the rocks in there, and I put the plants right in the pots.
Well, that's so easy.
Because then I can take them out, and I can put new ones in, and I don't have to get my hands dirty, and it looks nice, and you always have fresh plants.
And it's so easy to do, so you can do that. I like to get my hands a little dirty, so I did do it.
You have a little thing called patience that I don't have. And
so you have like a brown thumb, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not bad. I can make. I'm a crafty guy.
But can I show you something?
But I with planting, when I was hanging out with
Alan?
Alan, God.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to call him P. Allen because that's his name, so it messes me up.
Right,
when I was hanging out with Alan, and I was sitting there and I'm thinking, I was asking questions because I'm like, I don't want to mess this up. You know what I mean?
He's so good at what he does.
But you know what? We give you everything, so we make it easy for you.
Yeah.
That's really the bottom line. So like even this. Now, is this planted or are these just stuck in there?
No, these are
planted in.
And I was trying to show you.
These are real.
Do you see how I'm able to move this?
Yeah.
And we put the river rocks on the bottom because it's also good for your plants to have that so they're not sitting in that wet soil.
Yeah.
It's perfect for two different reasons.
This won't rust either, right?
It doesn't corrode, it doesn't rust. You don't have to worry about it chipping. It's a high-grade material that will withstand whatever Mother Nature puts and throws at it.
Look how pretty
but also
that
it won't. I've had mine for over a year.
Don't you want to live there?
I know, it's so pretty.
Look,
Can you imagine in the summer?
We're in a room.
Having a Long Island iced tea by the side of it.
Hey, you know what? You know what I just thought too? Wouldn't it be nice if you had a pool and you wanted to put these out by the pool? Or even if you have like a driveway that's like a little bit longer and you have a mailbox out the end there and it just it's dark and you just want to put something at the end of the driveway.
I have two flanking.
Yeah.
And I love the extra light that it gives me, not only for the safety, but the look and how it greets my friends, it greets my family.
It's welcoming, isn't it?
It is so welcoming and so warm, and it's the #1 thing people talk about my yard. They'll come and say, where did you get that? They love it.
Yeah.
And the other great thing about this is you said you can move it where you need to, but it's no maintenance. It's going to turn on every single night because it's solar, but nobody knows it's solar because it's so tall.
So if you don't want it there,
you can just move it.
we're going to put it in front of the door.
Oh, and another thing that's important to me, and I think it's going to be important to you too, I have one under my porch.
I'm going to put it over here.
But sometimes under the porch, some of those solars, they don't get enough sun and won't start. Mine starts every night, and it's under the porch.
This is about 9 pounds, okay? Reminding you it's empty. Now, what you would do is you would put this somewhere on the ground, then you would fill it with, 20, 30, 40 pounds of gravel, which you can get at any home store. In fact, we're even showing you, she's just putting soil in there because she wants to plant directly. If you want to be, like Rebecca, and you want to take the time to plant right in there, and you've got time to do that kind of thing and the patience, then go ahead. So ladies, I guess I'm talking to you because most dudes will be like, just shove some plants in there. But if you want to put them in the pots,
you can do it either way.
But I love your idea of decorating with it. I love the bird feeder idea because I love bird feeders. Those are great.
I love bird feeders.
Yeah.
We have a birdhouse, so you don't have to even have any kind of a plant up here. You could do a bird feeder and a birdhouse. Outside, we also have a wind chime, which I love because it adds a little sound to your yard as well. But like we were talking, Halloween, all those winter months, your Thanksgiving, Christmas, you don't have to put this away. You might not be able to put flowers out there, but look at how much fun we have seasonally.
You can decorate it seasonally. I mean, you could put, fill it full of just leaves, right? Just leaves off a tree.
I love little gourds. That's what I did last year.
I could hang a little pumpkin bird feeder.
Right.
I'm trying to think what I would do for Thanksgiving.
Well, you could do
I don't think I'd hang a turkey off it or anything, but you could put pumpkins.
Cornucopia.
4th of July, 4th of July.
Oh,
flags and ribbons. Oh, St. Patrick's Day. And hang a big corned beef off the side of it. Obviously, decorate it in green, maybe put a little leprechaun on there. It's lots of fun. All these things we're talking about really are what's wonderful about gardening and decorating and in general is it's something you can share with your family.
Yeah.
So, and I know with your kids or